Okay, just some instructions for your final paper for the semester. Check the modules for the due date. Much of this time we've been asking ourselves what an underlying idea or message an author is seeking to convey in a particular work of fiction or poetry. When we ask ourselves these questions, we're asking about a work's theme. The theme of a novel, to oversimplify grossly, might be thought of as an underlying recurring idea, a moral attitude, a view of life, and or a conception of human life and experience suggested by a novel's concrete details. It may take the form of a message, something the author would have us know or understand. So it could come down in a independent clause, a message. The novel teaches us that. But it doesn't have to be. A theme could also just be an idea, like unconditional love or redemption. A serious novel is likely to have many themes, and we may argue over what its central theme is. So choose one of the topical areas below and craft a thesis wherein you try to persuade your reader of the importance of a theme in The Kite Runner. So here are your choices. Analyze the theme of redemption. Who needs it? Why does he get it? Or you can analyze the process of redemption. What is Hosseini saying is required for one ultimately to redeem oneself? Examine father-son relationships in the novel. We have Baba and Amir, that relationship, which seems very strained in the beginning. Maybe it becomes an improved relationship when we're in Fremont. We see father-son relationship in Ali and Hassan, where Ali seems to feel unconditional love for Hassan. We also see a father-son relationship towards the end of the novel, where Amir has sort of a second chance at a father-son relationship with his new adopted son, Sohrab, his nephew. Is there some sort of underlying theme about what it takes for a good father-son relationship here? Compare Amir's adult life to Hassan's. What little we know about it. Well, we know what Rahim Khan says about it. We see the photograph, and we read a letter from Hassan. So we know something about his adult life. Why is Hassan's apparently happier? Why is Amir still thinking about the alleyway 26 years later? Or the first third of the novel is almost entirely without female characters. What roles do women play in the world of the novel? What idea is the author conveying through his female characters? Well, we certainly have Soraya, but we also have Amir's absent mother. She died in childbirth, so he only knows her through what others say about her, and Baba never really wanted to talk about her. We also have Hassan's mother, Sanubar, who rejects Hassan when she first sees him, but later on in life, she comes back and wants to be part of his life, and Hassan embraces her. So what roles do the female characters play? Is there some sort of message there or theme? Examine Amir's and Baba's life in America. Does the author have something to say about the American dream? Examine heroism in the novel. Are there any truly heroic people? Or analyze class, ethnicity, and or tradition in the novel. How do they in part determine the events in the novel? It seems to make a big difference that Amir is a Pashtun and Hassan is a Hazara, but there's also class issues involved there. How do they in part determine the events of the novel? Please note, if you like, you may also discuss any flaws in the novel that interfere with your chosen theme. For example, is the theme of redemption undermined by the James Bond-like scene in Afghanistan, where Asif says, okay, one of us is going to leave this room alive, and if it's him, he earned his right. That to me seems a bit far-fetched. Can coincidence and poetic justice be taken too far? Do you think Hosseini tries too hard to manipulate his readers' emotions and thereby undermine some larger messages he hopes to convey? This novel has not stood the test of time. Will people be teaching this novel 100 years from now? I don't know. So it's perfectly fine for you if you have some questions or some moments you think the novel would have done better to leave out. Such an argument may show up in a late body paragraph or the conclusion. Yeah, if you want to take on the novel and say, look, there are things to be said about the novel that are not all positive, especially if it some way undermines your theme. If you're going to go there, I would save it for a late body paragraph or the conclusion. And as always, we got our list here. Your paper must have an introduction that includes a clear thesis stated early. Each body paragraph must have a topic sentence. You must have a conclusion. Do not retell events in the novel. Assume your reader is very familiar with the novel. So you're going to point out certain moments of the novel. But if you're saying, and then this happened, and then that happened, if you're stringing more than a sentence or at maximum 2 sentences, which are telling me what's going on, you're making a mistake. Your paper must have an original creative title that includes the author's name and the Kite Runner. So the name, Khaled Hosseini, the novel's name, The Kite Runner, and also a sense of how you read it. Use I, me, my sparingly, if at all. Do not use second person at all. Make sure you use present tense throughout, because The Kite Runner is a full-length work. It's a novel. You're going to italicize the title. Even when you say the title in your title, that part of your title gets italicized. So the three words, The Kite Runner, in your title gets italicized. But do not italicize, underline, or use quotation marks for your own title. Okay? Make sure you proofread. Occasional typos acceptable. I'm guilty of typos, but too many simple errors tells your reader you don't really care what grade you get. I know you do. Please use MLA format as described in Bedford and post the word count at the bottom of the last page. Okay, good luck, guys. Bye now.